That was Dylan's pick, that being Kung Fu Panda 2, Kaboom, some shit. What the fuck? I don't know what this
Who cares about the fucking subtitle? Nobody goes by the fucking subtitle. I didn't even know it existed until this year.
It was originally going to be called Pandemonium.
Yeah.
I don't...
Anyways, please tell us about this 2011 film, Dylan.
Yeah, so Kung Fu Panda 2 is kind of like your backstory movie about Po. Basically, there's like this peacock. He wants to rule over China with fireworks or something. And he wants to kill Kung Fu masters with fireworks. And so he kills a Kung Fu master with fireworks. And he proceeds to try and kill Kung Fu masters with fireworks until Po shows up and kills him with fireworks. The end.
Fun fact. What do I have written down here? Until the release of Frozen, this was the most successful woman-directed movie.
Oh, okay.
What?
This came out before Frozen?
Yeah.
I think Frozen was 2012. 2013? Oh.
Yeah.
Guys, quick temperature check here. Do we think this one is better or worse than the first movie?
I think it is better.
Personally, I think this is easily worse.
I think it's a little worse.
I like the first one a lot more than this one.
That's insane, actually.
Well, I guess I'll just fucking kick us off with why I don't like it.
Yeah.
One, I think the villain is cool as a character. I think his plan is fucking retarded. It seems mostly like he's just beating these people with numbers and having a, formed militia rather than shooting people with cannons. I think shooting people with cannons is dumb as fuck. They show a bit of threat with it, but it's mostly in numbers and like, why would you do that? Like, they didn't even use the cannons on the rest of the fucking Furious 5, so, like, why the fuck don't they just keep doing that strategy?
They blew up the tower while they were in it.
Well, yeah, that's not how they fucking captured them in the end. Like, they don't need to use the fucking cannons is, like, the big thing. They do all this setup for these fucking cannons, and they're just, like, not threatening at all. They're goofy as shit, they're cumbersome. Tactic. Still, it's stupid as fuck. I don't like it. I think it's dumb. That's a big part. I just think the whole setup of this movie is dumb as shit. I don't like the comedy and a lot of it. They non-stop make fat jokes. It's fucking super bad.
You don't like fat jokes, dude?
I think the only redeeming part of this movie is I think the scene with Poe was sad, and I think he's a cute baby, and that's really all I got from it.
Interesting.
I think the action scenes are a lot better in this movie, too, than the first one. I'd say that's definitely a step up, and it looks better than the first one, too, as you'd expect a sequel to.
You would expect.
That's about it, though. I think the story is not nearly as strong.
Crazy breakdown.
I think that Shen is a legitimately, terrifying threat for Poe to have to go against, especially because he is, so tied into Poe's backstory, his lore, as it were. And
okay, so why don't they just fucking kill them when they had them in chains? If you're so scared about this guy that is such a threat to him that the fortune teller is telling them that he's just gonna fucking kill, why don't they just fucking kill him? Why do they take him up and let him escape?
Because he's got a flair for the theatrics, dude.
If he's terrified of this fucker, though. He's so scared. You should just fucking kill him off. He's acting irrationally. It makes me not like him.
Dude, I don't know about that. That's how any villain would work, dude. Hell, even I would work that way. If I was like, there's this guy who I know is capable of killing me. I have him captured. I want to, do the killing myself, It's just what you would do.
No, I definitely just fucking kill him because I'm not a retard.
Boo!
I think Jackson's
You're not. You don't have
here.
a flair for the theatrics, bro.
I don't. He's a cartoon villain. They're not going to kill off the fucking main characters. But any sane villain in the scenario would just kill the main competition immediately. It makes no sense to fucking give them any sort of chance.
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess we'll never watch a James Bond film then, Jackson. I guess you'll just hate those too.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I've never seen any of them.
I think you get the idea, Jackson.
It's a very standard thing. And also, the cannons, I thought the cannons were neat. It represents, a very real threat. Much like how fucking, gunpowder made a lot of those old-ass weapons trivial. It's also making kung fu trivial in this world, too.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I disagree. I think they portray it in a very poor way.
Crazy.
They don't seem threatening to me at all, personally.
They immediately kill a guy with it.
They caught him off guard. The motherfucker could have sidestepped
to
to the
the
right.
They did not catch him off guard, dude. He fucking tried to tank that shit and died.
He didn't know what the fuck it was. Now that they know what the threat is, it's not a fucking threat anymore. Just walk to the right 2 feet and you're good.
I don't know, dude. He saw it shoot and he stood there and thought he could take the shot. I don't know what you're talking about.
He didn't know what it was.
But even at the end of the film, where they did know what it was, they would have gotten fucking obliterated if Poe didn't master the art of inner peace.
Yeah, sure, whatever, buddy.
He's really hanging on to this cannon thing, dude.
I think it's dumb as shit. I'm not arguing with that last point because they put him into a situation where it's very hard for him to fight back otherwise. But if they, the writers didn't do that, then it wouldn't have been an issue. Yes, it's hard for him to fight back when he's fucking stuck on a single plank of wood in the fucking middle of the ocean with 4 boats aiming cannons at him.
There was more than 4.
He's in a very disadvantageous position there.
It was like 7.
I don't think the number of boats really matters here that much.
Do you realize how many cannonballs he has to, like, grab and redirect, dude? I think that matters a lot.
Plus, it was just sweet the way that he was doing it, too. That scene was kick-ass.
Rad as hell, dude. I love that shit. Tanner, what say you?
Dude, I like this one more than the first one. I think it's fucking peak. I agree. Great villain. I think the story is heartfelt. I like the trope of like, oh, where do I come from? And then also appreciating your found family. Kind of playing into one of my criticisms with the Batman. I don't like the sequel bait. I think it sucks. It shouldn't be in the movie.
It was very sequel baity for sure. Oh my god. It was
fucking stupid. What is the point of showing us that in this movie and then we don't get to see how that plays out until, years later in the anyway. I agree. I already said great villain. I mean, yeah. I agree with most of the other complaints where like not very I wouldn't say not very funny. It's not a sense of humor that I, as a 25-year-old man, is like hooting and hollering about, Also,
famously hater of fat jokes.
Right. And also, like, I think the action isn't quite as good in this one. I think a lot of the kung fu stuff is better in the first one. Although I think 1 or 2 of the Po versus Shen, whatever it is, the Peacocks fights are probably better than the stuff in the first one. But mostly because
a lot better set pieces. Like with the fucking when they're going down the hill, when they're fighting in the fucking metallurgy area.
I'd agree with that, but yeah. And I think Shen's fighting style is just really interesting to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Same. I wish he did kung fu and didn't have cannons.
I mean, the thing is, he does do kung fu. It's just not as good as the Masters.
I'm saying I wish that was the primary threat of the movie, rather than him having an army of people that use cannons.
I mean, I get that
the first film was all about a dude who was like, a kung fu prodigy and stuff like that. He was just like crazy good at kung fu. We already saw that Po was able to deal with him, so I think that making it a different sort of threat makes sense.
I think they should have just used the military and not cannons.
The military was still a big part of it. Like, that's part of what makes him such a massive threat.
That's what I'm saying. I think the military is the bigger threat than the cannons, and I think the cannons diminish that, because they're stupid.
I think the implication was, if they started with these cannons, where can they go from there? Because obviously the technology is just going to get better and smaller, and, be more threatening than cannons, I think was probably the...
I agree, but they sell the cannons as such a massive threat already that it's unbelievable. I get that point, but like it's also they make it seem like this is like they just invented fucking nukes.
I mean, yeah, basically. Dude, it one-shotted like one of the best kung fu masters with like the best defensive skills. It's a big deal in their world, dude.
He didn't know what it fucking was.
Regardless, it still worked.
That's like
on
if somebody pulls out a gun on you and you've never seen a gun in your life and you're like, yeah, I can fucking tank that maybe, and then you die because you got shot by a fucking gun. It's the same thing.
Yeah, because guns don't exist prior to that, so
gun is revolutionary. Are completely missing my point, but sure.
I think you're missing my point.
Okay.
No, like Jackson's definitely right. I don't know what the fuck Dylan's trying to accomplish.
Don't worry about it, dude.
He's trying to defend the cannons.
That's for me to know and you to never find out.
I think the cannons deserve defense, but alas, guys.
I think they're flashy. I like the effects they do on them, but I think it's stupid as fuck that that's the big bad of the movie is the fucking cannons. I think it's goofy as shit.
What I think's funny is that they had the big cannon on the main ship, but it didn't fire a bigger cannonball for some reason.
Maybe it was just perspective.
I don't think that's true because he could stand on all the cannons, but when he was standing on that one, it was much bigger.
I think it might just like give it more power, or it gives it like greater distance, I'd assume.
Maybe, dude. I don't know. I don't.
Anyway, do we have any further thoughts on this film?
Fuck them not killing the pandas. What's up with that shit?
They did kill the pandas. They just thought they killed all of them.
Fuck the pandas. They didn't kill them all. Post panda's still alive. What's up with that shit? I don't care.
I think that was the big. Okay.
I wish that it turned out that the prophecy was actually wrong, or like the way in which Shen was interpreting it was incorrect, and it wasn't actually a panda, it was a zebra that was meant to defeat him.
That'd be funny. This is a very predictable movie also. Like, they fucking set up the inner peace thing very quickly, and it's like, okay, so that's how he's gonna beat him. Cool.
Yeah.
But it's a kid's movie, so who cares, whatever.
He's on a journey of self-mastery, dude.
True. He's a fucking Mary Sue.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm going to be kicking off our rankings here. I think, I didn't like it as much as the first film, but I still think it's about on par with them. I'm going to give it a B.
Okay.
Dylan, where are you putting it?
Oh, I thought it was slightly better than the other one. What did I give the other one? Slightly better. I gave it an A. Where's the other Kung Fu Panda? I think it's in the same tier. It doesn't matter. It's an A.
Okay.
Dude, holy shit, I also gave it an A.
I gave it a C+, personally.
Holy shit.
Tanner, you're saying the Kung Fu Panda 2 is just slightly worse than the Batman?
Yes.
I think they're two different genres, man.
Absurdly baffling take.
I think genres have a big deal to do with, these movies as well. Like, let's keep that in mind.
I do not co-sign anything Dylan is saying right now. I have no idea what the fuck point he's trying to make. I stand by what I said, but please do not let Dylan's rationale be applied to mine.
I think that's very clear if it wasn't before, Tanner. We don't operate on the same wavelength in any regard. Well, you were talking after me and
phrasing it like you were trying to back me up and then making me look stupid, so...
I would never dream of making you look stupid, Tanner. Why would I do that?
Jackson, where are you putting this film?
I put it at a C+, and it lands at a B+ overall. Personally, I think the first movie was very fun. I think it was cute and novel. I think the comedy in that one worked a lot more. This one is kind of dumb. I think it's carried by its family values messaging and its cute scenes regarding those.
But dude, Jackie Chan got more voice lines in this movie than the last one. Did you consider that?
Dude, I could kiss Jackie Chan on the fucking lips right now.
That's fucking weird ass thing to say.